Welcome back to the video library. Today we'll be discussing the table view for the CPS Air terminal. First off, we'll navigate to the food and beverage module in the software. Depending on the view that you have showing by default, you can access the settings in different ways. The current view here is the transaction view, and we have settings. The table view, it'll also say settings, and in the order page, it'll be advanced. Once we're in the settings of the food and beverage module, at the top you'll see layout, floor and room, and table layout. To create a floor, click floor, and enter in the name of your location. This will just be the name of the room or whatever you want it to be by just simply hitting add, name, description, and then what stores it's available in. If you have different store codes, make sure the appropriate stores or all stores is selected, so this will show in the correct stores. After your floors are created, we can create the table layout. Click table layout, and on the right hand side, select the floor that you want to make the changes to. As we can see here, we have 3 floors and various tables within there. The background of this image by default will just be white. These grid lines here are just shown to help you create straighter lines. To put an image below the tables, for example, if you have an architectural image or something you drew up nice in Paint or some other program, you can add it to the background on the bottom right background image. You can place an image by hitting background image and the 3 dots, and it'll browse your files for that image. Once the image is in place, you can build tables on top of it. If you just want to go with a color, for example, you can hit background color here and pick a color. To create a table, on the left hand side, we have images of tables here. We have splitters and we have sizes. To create a table, click on the beginning shape you'd like, the size, and then place it where you'd like. This is a medium square. Notice it defaults to the next available number. On the bottom right, once again, we can change that number to be whatever table it actually is here. You can use letters or numbers. I'm going to update it to 15. The location is going to be where it's sitting on this X and Y axis here. You can drag, though, however, with your mouse. And if you make finite changes, you can use the up and down, left and right arrows with your keyboard to make really tiny adjustments. The size, for example, here is going to be the size of this block. Or if we need to make this a different size, like a rectangle, we can adjust it here. Notice now it's more of a rectangle. This is how you make odd-shaped tables. If you want to create something like a bar or a wall, you can use these splitters here and place it where you need to be. By default, it's going to be this size. Once again, we can change the size down here in the bottom. I'm going to do 600. That's going to make it a little longer. And I'm going to choose 100, and it's going to make it a little wider. Now it represents more of a bar type scenario. You can use these little circles, small sizes to create bar seats. Just like that. If you need to remove an item, click on the item and hit remove. It'll take it away. After you have your floor programmed, we can access it on the CPS Air terminal now. Once we have our CPS Air, we can log in. To refresh, top left, 3 lines, connect, and connected. This will pull in any recent changes we've made to the floor layout. Tap here to start, go to the food and beverage module, and you'll notice the changes are made. We can see here we have our bar and our bar seat. On the top right, we have our floor selection. So I want to go over to the west room. Now we're in the west room. Select floor again, high tops. These are our high tops. On the very bottom right, you'll see a color scheme. These are pre-programmed colors to represent an action for these tables. You'll see that red tables are going to be tables that are under my name. Yellow will be other employees' tables. An open table will be represented by blue, and green is going to be almost done. When a table turns green, that's triggered by the print to receipt button in either the CPS air module or a local terminal. When that is pressed, the table will turn to green, representing that they have their check and they're almost ready. A new feature in 3.94 or higher is the long press on a table with a save tab on it. Notice we have a red table here, which is mine. If I long press on that, this options for the table will appear. These options live under the advanced button in the order page normally, and have now moved to the long press on the actual table. These options include change customer count. Notice we have one notification on our table 60 here. That means we're sitting one person, so we can actually press that and change it to a new number. Notice it has changed to 2. Long press again. Move to table. We're going to utilize this option to move. I'm going to move him to table 61. Long press again. Transfer check. This will give me the ability to transfer a check if I'm able to with my user roles to a different server. Transfer check. I'm going to transfer to Debbie. Notice the table has now changed to yellow, meaning another employee has that table. Jumping over to 53, split a check. If I hit split check, it's going to automatically pull up the split check screen, or I can add a check and then split however we want. Combine check. I can combine checks here with table 80. Confirm. Now those two checks are combined. Save tab. Notice table 80 no longer has a check. And lastly, print receipts. When I press print receipts, it's going to print the receipts to the appropriate receipt printer so I can take them to the table. As we can see here, the table is now green, representing that they're almost done. This has been the overview of the floor and table layout. We created some tables, updated our terminal, and went over a few advanced functionality for the table view in 3.94 CPS air or newer. As always, feel free to contact support with any questions. We'll be happy to help.